So, Blake, let's go to you. One free agent still
All right.
available that the 49ers should sign.
So this is a guy that actually used to be on the Niners. He looked like he was going to be a Hall of Famer. His first couple years, he had some trouble with law and personal issues. He played on the Cowboys last year, looked really good. The sack numbers weren't there, but the pressures were, and that's Aldon Smith. So he had a one-year deal with the Cowboys. Played really well, honestly. Like he was their best pass rusher. I'd say probably maybe over Lawrence, but he did a really good job. Basically, he came back, looked healthy, did all that. I think if he was on the Niners and they had a rotation of Bosa, Aldon Smith, Hyder, I think his name is.
Ibukam now,
Yeah,
and
yeah, they just signed him. So yeah, I think that would help if he was just a rotational pass rusher or edge. I think that'd be a really good role for like his age and his ability right now. He would help create pressure. That would help the back end guys a little more. And if they had injuries like they did this past year, alleviate those.
That's really interesting. Jason, thoughts on Aldon Smith?
I love the idea of it. I really do. Aldon Smith came out guns blazing last year. Probably not the best reference. I'll take that back. He came out firing this, the way the season started. And he hadn't played in a while, so he kind of tapered off towards the end of the year. And it didn't help that the defense was god-awful as well, too. And he was like the only one, getting pressure. So, from what he showed, he still has burst. He can still do it. When you're talking about rotation and lining him up across from Bosa, man, it would make so much sense. And a reunion might be good for him, for here. And yeah, I agree with you, man. That's one that nobody's really talking about. And someone is going to get a steal if they pair him with the right person.
Yeah, and his body looked great, right? His body just looked phenomenal. I don't know whether he would want to come back and all of that, but like Aldon Smith, I mean, the guy's just a freak.
Yeah.
How many people could be outside of football for 4 years and not like he didn't come in? He played like he wasn't the Hall of Fame player that he once was, but he played like a player that was definitely belongs in the NFL as a starter or a high level rotational piece. Like what a freak. My only quibble with Aldon Smith to the 49ers is I just don't know where his fit is in the rotation, because I think the way he is right now, I don't know if he's still an edge guy. I think on rush downs, you want to kick him inside. And that's where I have a little bit of, well, okay, the Niners are kind of already, I think they don't have space. So if you're assuming a healthy Nick Bosa, I think Samson Ebukam on rush downs is going to take the other side and kind of be their speed effort rusher. And then the inside, it's still heavy competition because Armstead's going to be inside for sure. He's a very good player. You have Javon Kinlaw, who I think I'm very high on, and I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be a three-down player. DJ Jones, who I think is a three-down player. I don't know why people just look at him as a run-stuffing one technique. Like the guy's way too explosive as a pass rusher to not be a pass rusher in certain situations. And then Kevin Givens, who showed off a mean swim move consistently last year and played awesome for the Niners. And you still have Contavious Street, who I thought, okay, he's not much of a pass rusher, but I thought he played really powerfully against the run last year, and he played good football. So the Niners just have size and people down there. To me, unless you're bringing in a unique skill set, like a guy that they don't have, maybe like what D Ford brought with the supreme speed guy. It's Aldon Smith, that's kind of the reason I don't prefer Aldon Smith. And someone in the comments brought up Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram also primarily is rushing inside at this point in his career, and that's why I wouldn't really want Melvin Ingram either. So that's where I stand with the Aldon Smith. I think it's a great idea. I think someone's going to have him. I just don't know where he fits on the Niners.
Yeah, I did forget to mention Ford. But yeah, like he's had injury issues himself, and they did bring in Ibukam, so it would be more of a luxury than anything else. But yeah, him back on there, and if they had him, Kinlaw, Armstead, they could have like 4 or 5 dudes on the D-line that are all like above average pass rushers if they signed him. But yeah, we'll see.